Hi, I'm Friday. I'm a professional futures and option trader. I just want to do a really quick trade recap video right here. Currently, the market is moving lower overnight after some news, but I just want to talk about the day today, which was a pretty slow, rangy day once again, similar to yesterday. But there were two trades that I did take, and another setup that I want to look at, which I didn't take because unfortunately, right when I was about to enter, news came in and then the market rushed lower. But nonetheless, let's start with Uber. If you remember, I was looking to long Uber here, and it started to move really nicely off the open here, right? Just being able to move and break above this recent high from Monday, and then holding it and VWAP really nicely on this wick, making a clean 2-minute hold of this high, which is actually where I got long, and then it moved higher, broke above a recent high here, or like close the gap in a way, and then start to reject this gap top. Actually though, as you can see, like it tried to hold here on the 2 minute, but just didn't get follow through and then rushed lower based on the entire market selling off a little bit due to some news about EU tariffs. So that was the first trade that I took, this Uber long, which didn't get really that much follow through, but still was a nice bounce play here. The second trade I took was this Google trade here, actually shorting Google. Google opened up here above these highs and then actually moved lower and started to reject the highs now from below here. And then this is actually where I went short down here on like this 2-minute rejection here. It was very similar to the Amazon entry that I had missed yesterday or Monday. So I really want to play it, and it started to look really good rejecting these lows here, but then we had a massive candle come in, which kind of then led to some question marks around this about this trade. Also looking at the 15, it started to not look that nice, but then ultimately made the 15-minute lower high here for a sell continuation lower. If you look at the 5-minute, also just rejecting these recent lows here for the choppy breakout and then range reject for the move lower, where it then consolidated for the rest of the day really. And then lastly, the last trade I want to look at today, actually the second to last trade I want to look at today, is Coinbase. I was looking to short Coinbase here. It started to move, try to move higher here off the open, but then quickly reversed and fell back below the level that I wanted to look for the short. And this is actually then again where I was looking for the short, rejecting VWAP, making a pretty nice 5-minute lower high. The market was weak, and this was one of the only names where there was actually a nice short setup there. So I was watching this pretty heavily. But then we had news come in and it just rushed lower, unfortunately. And I never really got in trade, and then it just ranged for the rest of the day. It was like a pretty nice head and shoulders here, but it never really got followed through, unfortunately, but still a nice trade to look at. Again, showing that this kind of idea was working out pretty well. And then the last trade I actually want to look at just very quickly. I didn't take this, but I want you to, this is like more of a lesson about how repeatable trading really is, because I want you to look at two charts right here, and I want you to tell me that they're not just the same. And remember, these are two different days. This is today and yesterday. Okay. So, and I'll tell you what I'm talking about, right? So you get this very large opening range here, right? And then you get the breakout on very aggressive trend selling, pullback, lower high, rejecting the recent lows for the continuation lower, right? And this is like a 20, 30, nearly 30 point trade, right? Okay, now I'm going to go back to yesterday, and now I'm going to go very large opening range, aggressive trend selling lower, making the lower high, rejecting what? These recent lows for the move lower, right? I'm just going to remove the drawing real quick, and then we'll look at it again. You see this? Trade here. And now we move over here. And at a different scale because today was less volatile, but how is this not just the exact same thing, right? And this is what I mean, like trading is so repeatable. It's just a system. And if you can spot these patterns, you're going to have a lot of success when it comes to trading. But yeah, that was today's trading day. Quite boring trading day, to be honest. But I still want to make a video on these few setups because I did make videos on them, and I thought it was a good follow-up to actually see them working out now. So that was pretty nice. Otherwise, stay safe out there, traders. STG.